Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at a source that, on the surface, might just look like a simple folk rhyme.
Right, it's this story set in a land of, bulls and cows.
Exactly. But the Ballad of the Lowlaw, I mean, it is anything but simple. It's this incredibly sharp, almost tragic commentary on how power just completely poisons justice.
It's so clever because it uses that simple imagery. The bulls are the powerful, the rich elite, and the cows, well, they're the poor, the marginalized.
And our mission for this deep dive is to really pull apart that narrative, to extract the ballad's core argument.
Which is that the legal system, under this figure, Judge Lowlaw, it just stops being about truth. It becomes a fortress for the rich and a weapon against the poor.
And it all hinges on this one character, doesn't it? Judge Lowlaw. He isn't just a bad judge. The poem paints him as the living symbol of compromised, unqualified power.
Yeah, he's the poison at the source. The poem is, it's just unsparing about where he comes from. It says he reached the throne with borrowed vows.
Borrowed vows. So his authority isn't earned, it's what, bought.
Bought or lent or something like that. It gets even more direct. It says, no exams, no knowledge earned.
Wow. So that's not just a character flaw, that's a structural critique right from the start.
It is. The system isn't asking for competence. It's asking for compliance.
Which, it immediately makes you, the listener, ask a question. If a judge gets to the top without any merit, who does he actually serve? The law, or the people who put him there?
And the ballad gives a very clear answer to that.
It does.
His loyalty is 100% with the powerful bulls who raised his name. It's a transaction, get the powerful seat, and they get immunity.
He bowed to power, pride, and fame. That's the quote, right? The law isn't even a factor for him.
It's secondary. It's all about maintaining those political ties.
And once you establish that the whole system is built on quid pro quo, you realize it's designed to fail. At least for everyone who isn't part of that elite circle.
The first crime, really, is the appointment itself. The whole system is engineered to protect its masters before a single case is even heard.
Which brings us to the actual cases.
Yeah.
This shocking catalog of crimes that Lowlaw just waves away for the bulls.
And these aren't small things. These are the kinds of offenses that should tear a society apart.
So where does the ballad start?
It opens with a really devastating example. A bull involved in the theft of stolen aid. And it gets very specific. It calls it Tsunami gold the poor had paid.
Hold on, Tsunami gold.
Yep.
So this isn't just, general corruption. This is theft of emergency relief funds. Money meant for victims of a disaster.
At their absolute lowest point. People who have lost everything.
Yeah.
And the scale of that crime is it's staggering.
And Lowlaw's response.
He saved him from the fall. Just like that, the rule of law just evaporates.
And it keeps going. The source then talks about another bull, right? One with crimes in heaps.
Oh, yeah. This one includes 30 bribes in shadows deep.
30, not one or two. 30 separate bribes. How do you even begin to explain that away?
Well, the poem suggests Lowlaw didn't have to. His loyal breath, as it's called, was enough. He shielded this bull from what the poem explicitly calls rightful death.
So the judge is actively working against the most severe penalties for the absolute worst kinds of corruption.
It goes beyond financial crimes, though. That's what's so terrifying.
Right, because the ballad mentions bulls and their friends with blood of murder on their hand. So what happens when you take a life in Lowlaw's court?
Instant freedom. They were instantly granted bail. The doors just swing open. The poem has this really haunting line. It says, justice wept and stepped aside.
That is a chilling image. The system works so fast to protect the powerful, but justice itself is left outside, mourning.
But this is where the poem gets really, really cynical. It's not just that they get away with it, it's how they get away with it. The excuses are theatrical.
Absurd to me.
Completely absurd.
Yeah.
Defenses that would get you laughed out of any real court.
Okay, let's go through them. The tax evader.
Oh, yeah.
What was his story?
So his lawyers don't even argue he's innocent. No, they claim he's too fragile for prison. His body is weak. His heart is inflamed.
And they have a specific claim, right?
They do. They shout, 4 veins are blocked.
4 veins are blocked. And this works.
It works perfectly. But he doesn't get sent to, a secure medical facility. His sentence is a transfer to hospital halls.
And what happens there?
He's treated like a royal guest. He enjoys wine and feasts. His life-threatening illness is basically a state-funded vacation.
So the court becomes a stage for this ridiculous play where the rich criminal gets to play the victim.
Exactly. And then you have the thief who just forgets everything.
The amnesia plea.
Her defense for what seems to be massive financial crime is simply, I forget, my mind is fog, my thoughts unset.
And you're telling me that a judge, any judge, would accept "I forgot" as a valid legal defense for major theft?
Lowlaw did. The source says he just smiled with gentle sway and let her go on her way.
Unbelievable. So forgetfulness is a get-out-of-jail-free card, but only if you're one of the bulls.
Because the judge isn't interested in facts. He's just rubber stamping whatever story is most convenient for the powerful.
Okay, but there's one more, and it might be the most ridiculous of all.
Oh, the ox.
The ox. The bull who explains his vast illegal treasure by claiming an old ox just gave me gems.
It's the rich uncle defense, but, with a farm animal.
And Judge Lowlaw's reaction.
He believed the tale he read.
He's not just a bad judge at that point. He is an active participant in the lie. He is helping them commit fraud on the court.
He's complicit, absolutely.
Okay, so now we have to make the shift, because this is where the ballad delivers its cruelest punch. We leave the world of pampered bulls with their fake illnesses and magic oxen.
Oh, you meet the cow.
The cow. At the very bottom of this whole structure, the poem describes her as starving with aching feet.
So she's not acting out of greed or malice. She's acting out of pure, desperate hunger.
And let's contrast her crime with what we've just heard. The murder, the 30 bribes, the stolen tsunami relief funds. What did the cow do?
She plucked 3 mangoes, sweet and small.
3 mangoes.
3 pieces of fruit. Because she was starving.
And the system that moves so quickly to grant bail to murderers, how does it treat this act of survival?
With crushing, slow-motion brutality, the trial itself becomes the punishment.
How long did it last?
5 long years.
5 years
Mm-hmm.
for stealing 3 mangoes.
5 years of legal limbo for something that should have been dealt with in an afternoon.
And the judgment, when it finally comes.
While the bulls are having their feasts in the hospital, her sentence crushed her like a can. She gets 3 years. A severe 3-year sentence behind a gate.
So let's just lay it all out side by side, because
Yeah.
this contrast is the entire point of the ballad.
It really is.
On one side, you have the bulls, murder, massive theft, dozens of bribes. Their punishment is freedom, or at worst, a luxury suite in a hospital.
And on the other, you have the starving cow, her crime,
Yeah.
3 mangoes, her punishment,
Yeah.
a 5-year legal ordeal, and then 3 years locked away.
It's sickening. The disproportion is the message.
And that's where the story stops being a story and becomes this profound, despairing commentary. You have 2 different legal systems. For the bulls, the law is a shield made of excuses. For the cow, it's a weapon.
There's that legal saying, justice delayed is justice denied. For the bulls, delaying justice is actually how they get away with it.
Right. But for the cow, the delay is just another form of punishment. 5 years of waiting before the real punishment even starts.
It creates a lamb, as the poem says, where justice dies.
And it's not an accident. It's systemic. Lowlaw's actions, believing the ridiculous stories from the rich while crushing the poor, it means the whole society is built on a lie.
So the final message is pretty stark. Lowlaw bends at power's feet, while the poor fall in defeat. Your wealth determines the verdict, not your actions.
And that kind of system, it's just not stable. It destroys the very idea of truth. If the highest judge in the land is actively helping people lie.
It raises a pretty fundamental question for you, the listener.
It does. If the system is explicitly set up to reward the people who lie the most, who steal the most, giving them feasts and freedom,
While punishing desperate people with years of their life.
what hope is there? What hope remains for ever establishing truth, or for people to maintain any kind of trust in that kind of society?